Hey guys, it's Steph. Thanks for stopping by my channel. So I've got what I think is going to be the last of my declutter videos for a while. I like to try to declutter once every year. So every, I don't know, probably be like eight months from now, I'll probably do this series over again. But this is definitely the part of my collection that gives me the most anxiety, just because it's the least organized. So these are my lip products, and as much as I love lip products, I just don't have a great system for storing them. I just have them thrown in my Alex 9 drawers in these little plastic containers. I got these at the dollar store years ago. And it's just not that functional because like you're digging through and usually they get knocked out and usually it's just a big old mess. So what I want to do is go through, get rid of what I'm not using and try to just somehow organize these in a little bit more of a functional way. I do have a couple lipstick holders. These are just the acrylic 24 lipstick holders. I got these from Amazon a couple years ago, but I'll try to find them or something similar and link them for you guys if you're interested. Well, but anyway, I can update you guys on how I decide to store these later, but for now I'm just going to do a declutter. So I've already just kind of sorted everything out into categories. I've got my melted liquid lipsticks from Too Faced here. These are all higher end lipsticks. Lip liners, I really don't have a ton of lip liners. These are lip glosses and similar sort of things. There's some liquid lipsticks in there too. Drugstore and high end. And then these two are just drugstore lipsticks and like some like lip crayons, that kind of stuff. So, okay, let's get started. I'm going to start with the easiest sort of decision here. The lip liners, I can say honestly that I use all of these. I've only got like 4 and a mini. Drugstore, there's Jordana, there's NYX. I won't go through everything because it would take quite a while. One from MAC, one from Makeup Forever, another little one from Makeup Forever. These I'm going to keep. I'm keeping all of those. I'm also going to keep all of the melted lipsticks from Too Faced. Peony, melted peony is my absolute favorite. I love these. This I actually have a duplicate of. Don't think I've actually, no. This one's totally clean. You'll see that once you use these, they get pretty kind of like stained up. So I'm going to just send this one to my sister because I have a full size. But I'm going to keep the rest. That was easy. All from Annabelle. These are lip stains actually. Refocus there. I have 3 of them. I've talked about these as favorites just in the last couple of months actually. And I'll just do a quick swatch for you guys. They just leave a really nice little stain on your lips, but they're highly moisturizing. You can see I've used this one quite a bit. I like all of these. I like to stick them in my purse and just have something to add a little bit of color and some moisture. So I am going to keep these. They're really affordable too. I think they're like $2.99. Okay, this is the Revlon Lip Butter in Cherry Tart, and hopefully you guys can see I used the heck out of this, but it was probably like 3 years ago. I don't reach for it anymore. And I just have a feeling I've had it in my collection for a little too long, so I am going to get rid of that one. 2 from Milani. I love this line. I actually just talked about both of these in a recent affordable fall lipstick video. Cabernet Blend and Black Cherry. I'm going to keep both of those. And then 2 more fall colors that I also mentioned in that video are both from Wet n Wild in, what are these called? I think Cherry Bomb and Blind Date. Really, really nice, just vampy kind of fall colors. Give you a quick swatch. Wow, that's a bad swatch, but I think these are $1.93 each, and I really like them, so definitely keeping these. Okay, I've got 2 of these guys from CoverGirl. I talked about these in a new at the drugstore recently. This one's called Cotton Candy, which is just like a nice kind of sheer balm. Again, it just gives you a little bit of a shine. I am going to keep this. I'm actually just going to put it to the side and throw it in my purse because it's good if you're like carting your kids around and you just want something but you don't have a full face of makeup. This is the other one from that collection. Again, it just gives you like a nice little, almost like a stain to your lips, so I am going to keep that one too. Okay, 2 that I have from e.l.f. These are the matte lip colors, and I have, what are these called? Okay, they're on the bottom. Rich, you guys see that? Rich Red and Natural. This looks pretty. It looks really pretty when you swatch it, but for some reason, I don't love it on my lips. It looks a little, I don't know, it makes me look kind of sickly. So I'm going to not keep that one. And then this one, I actually don't think I'm going to keep this one either, just because I've got other red lipsticks, very similar, like the crayons, etc., that I like better. Generally, I don't love a matte lip, but if you guys watched my recent New at the Drugstore, I do really like this one. I like this one a little bit better. It's the Color Blur, so I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to pass this one. Okay, I'll keep going with the color blurs. I have 2 more colors. This one I absolutely love. It's called Pink Insanity. I was wearing it in a couple of my videos. I wore it a lot this summer. I'm going to keep that one. This is that like traditional kind of oxblood color. And although I like it, I just have a bunch in this color range. So I'm going to put this one in the pass along pile. Oh, look at that. I don't think I'm going to keep that one just because I don't reach for it and it's just not a flattering purple tone for me. So I'm going to pass that one along. This one is called Brazilian Tan, and again, I've talked about this in some of my favorites, and although it looks not that pretty when swatched, it's super pretty, especially when you have a little bit of a tan, so I'm going to keep that one. Okay, I do have the all 4 of the shades from the Kate Rimmel Nudes collection. I have a whole video on these. The 4th one is in my purse because I have been wearing it a ton. I love this collection. I'll link the video below if you want swatches, but they're just like really, show you a couple really quick. Really beautiful nudes. The idea is that there's a nude for every skin tone in this collection. Love this collection. I'm gonna keep these. Okay, these 2 are from Maybelline, and I just opened this one and saw that my dear daughter got into it. She's probably smothered this all over her lips. Let's just keep it real here. I am a mom. I'm not going to keep that one. This one is called Nude Lust, and I do really like this one. I swatched it right there. It's just a really pretty, let's see if I can make it a little more obvious. Just a really pretty nude pink. It's got a nice shine. I'm going to keep this one. This is from Rimmel. It's one of my absolute favorites. My friend Melanie sent me this in a drugstore swap. This is actually repurchase. I've gone through a full one and repurchased this. It's called Let's Get Naked. Look how pretty that is. I highly recommend this. The formula is amazing. I'm keeping this. Okay, this guy is from CoverGirl. It's in the color Euphoria, and honestly, I have not used this. I don't know if I got it in like a box or something. It looks like a color I would love because I do like those vampy colors, but because I haven't used it and because I have a ton like it, I'm gonna send it to my sister because I just don't need another one, so I'm gonna put that in her pile. Alright, I've got 3 from Sleek Cosmetics, and these were actually recently sent to me and I love them. And I wouldn't just say that, you guys. I'm at no obligation to say that. I can't get over the formula of these. They're so creamy. Succumb is probably my favorite. It's a nice, really warm, kind of like tan nude color. Oh, it's so pretty. These feel luxurious, and they're at a drugstore price point, which is why I stuck them with my drugstore lippies. They also have that like Nars kind of rubberized packaging. So I've got Papaya Punch, which is going to be really beautiful in the spring. And then also, what is this one called? Oh, Cherry, which is just a really nice, I dinged the top, but it's just a really nice, oh, that's so pretty, like a deep red. I talked about this in my Vampy Lips on a Budget video as well. Gonna keep all 3 of those. Rimmel, this is in the color Bordeaux, and again, I talked about this in that video. Gonna keep that. This one is by L'Oreal, and it's in the color Red Fatale. And I liked the packaging. I can honestly say I've had this for a long time, and I haven't used it. I like it, but I feel like it just leans a little bit too orange for me, which is weird, because I like these kind of like rusty brown colors on my lips, but not like, I need more of a blue-red, I think. So I'm going to pass this one along. Oh, this is such a pretty color. This is from Maybelline, and it's part of their 100th year anniversary collection, which is why it's got this cool packaging. It's called Purposeful Mauve, And I talked about this in a couple of recent videos too, but it's just really pretty. It doesn't look maybe like anything special when you swatch it, but on the lips, it's perfect for fall. Definitely gonna keep that. I've got a bunch from Essence. These are so affordable, and I have a video where I swatch a bunch of them as well, and I'll link it below. Okay, I'm definitely gonna keep Nude Love. Creamy Nude was my favorite from then. It's now discontinued. I'm going to keep this one though. I'm going to keep this red called On the Catwalk. Really pretty. I am not going to keep this one. These purple tones I always want to be able to wear. They just don't work for me. This is called Wear Berries. I don't know. I love these colors on other people, but on me, they don't look the best, so not going to keep that one. This one is called Dare to Wear. Dare to Wear. I don't reach for this one as much as the other red, so I'm going to pass on that one. This one I will keep. I just swatched it right there. I like these bright pinks in the summer. It's called Cotton Candy, so I'm going to keep that one. One more from Essence is called All About Cupcake, and I actually sent one of these to my friend Melanie because I just think it's really pretty. Again, it's one of those like no lipstick kind of look. So, oh, that's my cat sneezing. I'm going to keep this one. Okay, we are getting there. These two are both from Maybelline. Oh, this one I love. I wore it quite a bit in the summer. It's called Peach Poppy. Really pretty peachy nude. Keeping that. This one is called Daringly Nude, and I wore it a few times, but I think, yeah, it's matte, isn't it? Yeah, it's matte. And I like the color, but I have other nudes I like better. I know I'm not going to reach for this one a lot, so I'm going to pass this one on. Two of the Provoca lips, I talked about these as well. This color I think is quite possibly the worst color. Oops, that's the wrong end. This is like a two-step. The worst color for me, it's like this taupe. It looks really pretty on some other people. Not on me. I swatched it there because this stuff is really hard to get off. Okay, I think I got it in time, but if you let this dry, it'll literally stay on your lips all day. I'm not going to keep this one. I am going to keep this one, which is called, what are you called? It's called Kiss Me You Fool, which is a super cute name. Going to keep that one. I have four of the baby lips, and I have a whole blog post on these. I talked about them in a New at the Drugstore video. I really like them. They are not the most opaque. They're all quite sheer. Like, I'll just show you. This one's actually my favorite, which is weird because I've been talking about how purples don't look great on me, but this one is so sheer, and it just adds like this really cool effect to your lips. I don't know. I like it though. The only ones that don't really work that well for me, I'm going to keep these three. I really like those. I think it's this one. I'll have to double check the blog post. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure it was this one that just like settled into the fine lines of my lips and looked really kind of milky, which is weird because it looks pretty when you swatch it. It looks like a color I would love in the tube, but it just didn't sit well on my lips. So I'm going to pass on that one. Two of the NYX lip butters in Creme Brulee and Apple Strudel. Love, love, love. Holy grail. Keeping them both. This is a lip lava. I love this. It looks super intense, but I just liked dabbing a little bit in the center of my lips in the summertime. It gives a really cool effect. I think it's different, so I'm going to keep it. These guys from Maybelline, I went a little crazy on a couple summers ago, and I gotta say, I wore them a lot then, but I have not reached for them at all this summer. So, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. These smell a little bit off, and the brush looks kind of weird there. I don't know. That could just be, I don't know. These have a little bit of a weird smell. I've had them for a while. No, I have to pass them on because that's why I'm doing this. Like, it's just really important to go through, like, lip products especially. Yeah, I'm going to pass these along. Well, I'm not passing them along. I'm getting rid of these ones. Okay, another hot pink that I loved. It's got a little gem on the top. I talked about this one a lot this summer. Look how pretty this is. Oh, I love this. It's from, who made this? Maybelline? Revlon, and it's in the color HD Tourmaline. Love. Keeping that. Oh, and this, This is so cool. This is the Jessie's Girl Glow Stick. I mean, look at it. It literally looks like a glow stick. And it just gives a cool effect. Okay, it's got some stuff on it because you just apply it like over your lipstick. It looks so crazy. But it's just, I wouldn't part with it because it looks so cool. I mean, it adds a really cool effect to your lipstick, but it's just like almost like a collector's item. I love it. I'm going to keep it. This guy is from Starlux, and I have had this for a very long time. I haven't gotten a Starlux box in ages. You can see like I've dyed part of it pink because I put it on top of my lipstick. I just haven't reached for it, and I have had it for way too long, so I'm going to put it in the to-go pile. I know I'm going to get questions about this. I don't feel comfortable passing on lip products to just random people. I mean, I would pass them along to like my sister because she's my sister. And like we grew up sharing everything. Do you know what I mean? I would sanitize them first, and if she wanted them, that's fine. Like my best friends, you guys hopefully know what I mean. But the ones that I think have expired, have a little bit of an off smell or whatever, I am going to throw those away. Because, well, you know, makeup does expire, and I try to pass everything else along. You know, all the other declutters that I've done, I've sanitized and given to friends and family. With all my other declutter videos, I have gotten a lot of questions about like, you know, can you send me this stuff? But honestly, I just have a box, and my friends and family know it's there, and they clean it out in no time. So rest assured that it is being passed along to a good home unless it's expired, and then I'm not going to pass it along. So there's that. Okay, I've got a few from MAC. These were from the Alluring Aquatics collection. I have a whole video on that. I love the packaging. It looks like water droplets. Well, you can see. Gonna keep those. And this one just has sentimental meaning to me because it's the color I wore on my wedding day. It's called Love Nectar, and ever since then I've just repurchased it over and over again. This one isn't even that old, although this is getting worn down because it's just been with the other ones, but I'm going to keep that one too. Okay, two of my favorites from different brands, but they're just like some of my top lip glosses. Nars Turkish Delight. So pretty, you guys. I'll give you a quick swatch. It's just like the most beautiful pink. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. It looks beautiful layered over any nude. Definitely keeping that. And then Smashbox Illume. You guys, especially with like the whole strobing thing, this color is so pretty. Pretty. What am I saying? Oh gosh, do you see that? It just gives your lips the most magnificent glow, and I have repurchased this a few times too. I got like a sample size and I fell in love with it. So keeping that. This is another one that I love, similar to Smashbox Illume, but a little more, I guess it's a little less shimmery. I don't know. I guess the formulas are a little different, but the colors are kind of similar. This one maybe is a little more pigmented. This one's a little more milky colored. Does that make sense? I don't know. But at any rate, this is called Honey by Bite, and I love it. One of my go-tos. This is a newer purchase for me from Marc Jacobs. It's something a little different and really pretty for fall. It's called Taboo. Keeping that. This, I have a bunch that came in like last year's Sephora's lip sampler kit. This one's by Bare Minerals in the color Rebel, and I think I tried to wear this one day. Did I? Oh, that is pretty. I just know that it's one of those things I'm not going to reach for. I've tried to reach for it and then put it back several times. I think I may have even put it on my lip one day and then just switched, which is weird because it's a pretty color. I don't know. I just don't really use it, so I'm going to pass that on. Oh, this is from Laura Mercier. It's in the color Blush, and it's one of my favorites from that kit. It's really pretty, and I have worn this quite a few times. Keeping that. This one is from Essence. Glamour to Go. What I don't love about this is it looks a little metallic. It kind of looks like I have some sort of like a, I don't know, somewhere between, I don't want to say a penny, but do you know what I mean? It's like this weird metallic finish, and it doesn't look flattering on my skin at all, so I'm going to put that in the toss pile. This one is by Kaylin. I got this in some sort of a beauty box quite a while ago. I have never worn it, and I like the finish of that better, and how it's like a little more sheer. See what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm gonna wear this. Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the color Outlaw, and I am gonna keep this. It's a beautiful red. Love Kat Von D. Got this again in the Sephora kit from last year. Couple more from that kit. This is the Stila Stay All Day lip gloss, or sorry, vinyl lip gloss in nude. I am gonna keep that. It's just a nice everyday color. This one by Smashbox I wore a couple times, and I wasn't sure about it the first time. The second time I just didn't really love it. I'm not sure why. Just wasn't, I don't know, just wasn't my favorite. So I'm gonna pass that on. Okay, this is Buxom's Dolly. You can see I've made quite a dent in it. I wore this quite a bit. At one point I went on a kick where like I wore nothing else, but I am gonna hang on to this one. Gerard Cosmetics Color Your Smile in nude. I liked this for quite a while, and then I just stopped wearing it, and I just, no, I'm going to pass this on. Okay, Bare Minerals Moxie and Speak Your Mind. I'm running out of room again. I don't know. This, I'm going to be honest, I don't love, so I'm going to pass it on. This I do love. It's by Lise Wattier, which is a Canadian brand. Really beautiful liquid lipstick. Beautiful packaging. Alright, so we're on to the higher end stuff. This one is the, well, this is actually a lip primer. It's from Tony Moly, and I really like this. You just put on your lips, and then it primes them just like a, you know, any other primer. And I really do find that it works to help my lipstick stay put, so I'm definitely going to keep that. Hourglass. Oh, this is so pretty. This is in the color Grace. And again, this came in that, oops, my hand's a little wet from washing it off. Isn't that beautiful? This is one that I got in the Sephora kit last year. I've used quite a bit, and I would like to purchase a full size when I finish it. So I'm going to definitely keep that. This was the VIB Rouge renewal gift. Embarrassed to say, I have renewed VIB status again. It's just a really cute red Marc Jacobs lipstick. Gonna keep that. Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the color Bitch Perfect. I think this was one of my favorites recently. Am I in focus? I love the whole Charlotte Tilbury line. One of my favorites. Keeping that. Honestly, you guys, there's not going to be a ton of the higher end lipsticks that I'm going to get rid of. Just a heads up. And there's fur on my lipstick. This is in the shade Strange Magic. Love it. I've used quite a bit. Well, I feel like I have. And then I just put a little dent in it. Ugh. I'm the worst for that. I love the packaging. It looks very vintage. Keeping this. Oops. This is one that came in that kit last year too. It's by Tarte, and it's not one that I reach for. Kind of a berryish tone. I don't love berries in general, like on me, so I'm not going to keep that one. Oh, whoops, I missed one of my drugstore picks. This is the Sonia Kashuk lipstick in, what is this called? Currant, and I love this. I talked about it a lot last year for fall. I'm keeping this. I kind of forgot I had it, and I want to start wearing it again. Guys, this is the weirdest thing. I can't find a brand name on this. But it's a pretty red. I'm going to put this to the side. It's called Red Amour. I really am just curious as to Red Amour lip color. Creme Smooth lip color Rouge. I don't know who made this. If you guys know, let me know. I'm going to put it to the side and try to figure it out online, but I am going to keep it because it's a pretty red. This is a mini of the Hourglass liquid lipstick in Icon. I just did a little swatch. Really pretty, kind of like a vintagey, pinup girl-esque red. Gonna keep it. This one is from Gerard Cosmetics. It's called 1995. It's one of the ones that Jaclyn Hill collaborated with them on. I've barely even used this, to be honest. Like, Jaclyn Hill has removed her name from Gerard Cosmetics, and I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but I don't know. I don't wear this. I don't know how to feel about the whole situation, but because I don't wear it, I am going to just pass along. This I talked about in my recent favorites. It's Clinique's Black Cherry. It looks so dark, but when you swatch it, it's not. It's just this beautiful sheer fall color. So keeping that. Something that might surprise you guys, I'm not a huge fan of the Sugar Berry Fresh lip balms. This is in the berry one. I haven't even used this, and it was from that kit last year, so I'm going to pass that on. One of my favorites, Chanel Boy. This is the only Chanel lipstick I have, but I've made a pretty good dent in it, as you can see. Just a really pretty, everyday, sort of neutral color. Gonna keep that. My favorite nudes is by Estee Lauder. It's called Impulsive. Perfection. Love that, so I'm keeping that. This is a newer one. It's Dior's Greige. Again, one of my favorites in my collection. Oh, so pretty. Keeping that. This one, this is kind of strange. It's by Sephora, and I don't have a color number. Oh, maybe I do on the inside. Yeah, number R15 Decolette, it's called. And I thought it was going to be a lot more nude than that. I don't love it, so I'm going to pass that one on. A couple from Nars. This one's called Honolulu Honey. It's a really pretty, like, tan nude. You can probably see I did wear it quite a bit last summer. I am going to keep it. I have some of the Nars Audacious. I have a couple more in some of my purses upstairs. These are some of my most reached for. I've got Anita and Barbara down here. These are like a little bit like darker toned, maybe warmer toned. Is that the word I'm looking for? These two are the ones I wear the least. Bridget is one of my favorites. She basically lives in my purse, but I'm definitely going to keep these. Okay, I've got a few from YSL, Rouge Volupte number 1, Rouge Volupte number 15, Classic Nude and Coral that I'm keeping. This one, I went through a period of time where it was all I wore. It's another one of those nudes. Like, look how far down it is. I did smash the end one day, just a little bit, but I never was able to reshape it properly. But anyway, at any rate, I can't talk. I really love that, and I'm going to keep it. This is the Viva Glam Nikki, which I do like. And I just like supporting the Viva Glams because they're for a good cause. Full packaging, Viva Glam Rihanna, and the MAC Alluring Aquatics in Enchanted one. Kind of a deep nude. Really pretty. This is another one. I love the formula of these Estee Lauder lipsticks. And this is a beautiful, like, bright shade. More of a fuchsia purple, if that makes sense. I really like this in the summer. And the formula of these is amazing. One of my favorites, this was a recommendation from Jen G here on YouTube. Rich Cashmere. It's a beautiful, really subtle nude for every day. So, love that. Gonna keep it. It's from Estee Lauder, and it's a, it was a freebie in like the, like, you know, you buy something from Estee Lauder and you get the free gift. And I actually reached for it more than I thought I would. So I am going to keep. And then I've got a few from MAC here. I do absolutely love Creme Cup. That lives in my purse as well, so that's upstairs. A few of these I don't reach for. The main one is Retro. I thought I would love this, and it just does not look right on me at all. So I'm going to pass this one along. High Tea, just a pretty nude. And then I've got Syrup, which I'm kind of, I actually don't think I'm going to keep that one. And then Rebel is a really beautiful, oh, look at that. Just a really beautiful fall, deep. Oh gosh, it's so pretty. I don't know, it works. Okay guys, so this is what I am keeping. It's still quite a bit, and I'll probably go through this particular collection again in a few months. All the other stuff I had purged like 6 months ago. So it was just kind of like a redo to see what I wasn't using, but I had never gone through my lip products. So the only thing I wanted to mention to you guys about these acrylic holders is like some of these bigger lipsticks don't fit. Most of them do, but like this one from Marc Jacobs, even if I put it in that way, it doesn't fit. So just wanted to let you guys know that. This is the purge pile. I think that's a good start. These are things that I have not reached for. Everything else I have. I love lip colors, but like I said, I am going to go through again in a few months. If I haven't touched some of those things that I held on to, I will let them go then, but I think this was a good start. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really do. The point is never to get rid as much as I can or anything like that. It's just to kind of go through and, you know, see what I'm using and see what I'm not and see what I have and try to organize and keep things clean. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Take care of each other and I'll see you soon. Bye.